Hello and welcome back to the Gfinity Spring Masters 2nd edition. I'm back here with Dave now. We're going to jump into some more action. We've got the games just setting up. But Dave, what do you expect to see here? We've got Barcelona and Portugal in one of the matches.
I wasn't expecting to see Barcelona. Portugal, you know, I kind of expected to see them this early on as well because they're... although Spencer used them in the final last time, I'm pretty sure if he given the choice, he would have saved a better team for that stage. So I'm not sure which game that actually is, but seeing Portugal this early on, it's no real surprise. Barcelona, it's kind of a surprise to see them in like someone's team selection, like overall, because
really,
yeah, I mean, I know some people haven't picked them. I know some people haven't picked Bayern either, and they've gone for teams like Roma instead.
Okay.
Roma and Portugal, obviously, because of the pace, the strength, the height, and so on.
But that front three of Barcelona, surely that alone gets them a selection in, you know, what, 6-7 team roster you've got to choose. Barcelona, Neymar, Suarez, and who am I forgetting? Messi. Messi. Neymar, Suarez, and Messi are front three. Like, that's just unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Messi's obviously got a ridiculous amount of pace. Neymar's got pace as well, 5-star skill moves. But the thing is, they're weak. Like, easily knocks off the ball.
Yeah.
And even with Suarez, to be honest, although he's a really good player, like, he'll finish anything that comes his way. In the air, he's not that strong. So it just limits what you can do in
attack. You need to play a certain way with those guys, don't you?
Yeah, well, the thing is, when you approach a game like this, a competitive game, you want to be able to go in with a number of different ways which you can attack in. You want to be able to obviously use a through ball, not passing play, but you want to be able to put a cross in as well, just in case like your passing isn't working. And with Barcelona, you kind of feel restricted in that like sense because Suarez isn't going to win a lot of headers, and especially with the 4-2-3-1 formation, he's got Messi centre attacking mid, so he's going to have Suarez in the box with Messi perhaps running in as well. And, you know, you just don't fancy those to win headers, especially against. I'm pretty sure he's going to have Pepe and Bruno Alves centre backs as well.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this Bruce Grannec versus Spencer, a HugeGorilla matchup. I think that's going to be a hell of a game. Both superb players, both getting victories in their first game, of course. That's why they're playing each other here. I think we're going to have Bruce as Dortmund and Spencer as Portugal. So we're seeing Portugal in two different games. We've had one game kicked off now, so if we jump into that one between ChRiLFC and a HugeDragon. So Barcelona versus Portugal. And, well, this is going to be a really interesting game. Barcelona obviously in the blue and red, and Portugal playing in the white strip. Who's your tip for this one?
Chris.
Straight one answer, very simple. You're going with Chris.
I've gone for, he's, like I said, he's my underdog for the tournament. I know he's very good.
But Sean Allen's been there. He's been around the scene for quite a while. You're going to go against the experience of a HugeDragon.
The thing is, with Chris, he's... obviously now he's a good player, and I was saying earlier, like your first game sets you up for like the rest of the tournament, and beating someone like Brian, it's going to give him like a huge confidence boost. So yeah, he's obviously going to be tight. I mean, you know, I did say Chris pretty quickly, but that's not me saying yeah, that's it. He's going to win it easily. It's not going to. With no game that we will see today is going to be easy to call. They're always going to be tight, and there will be some shocks. So
I appreciate you didn't sit on the fence. Well done. You come down on one side of it. It's important to do that. If you're wondering who's who, of course, we've got the Portugal choices is ChRiLFC, or Chris, as Dave's called him there, and a HugeDragon, also known as Sean Allen, is Barcelona. And if you want to come to one of these events live, you don't have to watch it on Twitch. You can come to the arena. We've got people watching here. It's gfinity.net/tickets if you want to see the action up close and personal.
Yeah. Just a note in that other game, sorry, Gorilla's going to be Portugal in that, because obviously he used Dortmund in his first game.
Exactly, so, yeah, you can't use the same team twice, so we've got Bruce as Dortmund in that one.
Yeah, I mean, Sean started very well. He's gone for that 4-3-1-2 formation that I was talking about with Chris in the game before, which it's definitely becoming a really popular formation purely because it is a very, very good attacking formation, but it's still like, it's got some security in defence as well, because the three centre mids, they do actually drop deep. I mean, Chris hasn't really started this game well. He's kind of started like he started against Brian in his third game, but you know, he just needs to settle down.
Here's a HugeDragon to Barcelona. He's got the ball on the right. Oh, he's just taking it outside there.
Montoya.
So it's a good little battle here, though, Barcelona versus Portugal, because you've got Messi versus Ronaldo. We always like to see them, whether it's in the El Clasico, whether it's internationally speaking, or a little bit of a mixture, as it is in this one. And Ronaldo leading the line for Portugal, and without a doubt, the only real reason someone would choose Portugal. I mean, there's good players. There is good players, but they're not huge names in the sense that Ronaldo is, and he'll be looking to do a lot of damage with Ronaldo, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you got that spot, and this could be a really good chance if he gets across.
That's a great ball. It's going to be a goal, surely. Oh, what a first touch. That was composed.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting him to take it a bit further, maybe put a double tap cross in. I mean, the danger with those through balls is that the keeper can just take them straight off your striker's feet before they can control them. But that first touch was absolutely brilliant.
We have had a goal in both games as well, just to clarify. It's 1-0 here for Barcelona, and it's 1-0 to Portugal in the Portugal versus Dortmund game. That's the goal for Spencer. So he's up in that game against Bruce Grannec. But here we have Barcelona leading. And it's Sean Allen with the goal.
What's interesting, I'm pretty sure he's not got Dani Alves playing. I know he's got Montoya fullback, but Dani Alves...
Pacey, Montoya, right? He's got a lot of pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, but Dani Alves has as well.
I don't think he's got quite the same. He's getting a little bit older, isn't he? They're arguably going to be replacing him at the end of the season. They've already agreed to sign the Porto right back Danilo, I believe.
That's Real Madrid.
Oh, that's Real Madrid.
Yeah,
of course it is,
Barcelona can't sign anyone.
No, that's because they can't sign anyone until the embargo lifts. So they were looking at getting Danilo. I think they missed out on it because of that. So maybe Dani Alves will stay then.
Well, he's not got a chance.
Oh, speaking of Alves, he's got a chance in the box there.
Alves?
I think he's playing him further forward. You know.
Oh.
He's playing him. He's right up there.
Is he?
He's calling him. Look, this is him.
He's in centre defensive mid then.
Yeah.
Which, you know, he has got some pace, and I think I spoke about this in the last Gfinity, having pace in centre defensive mid. That's a really important. For me, that's a really important attribute to have, because it kind of makes them feel box to box. They can get forward, but at the same time, you know, if you're getting hit on the counter attack, they're going to be able to get back in time to at least give you a little bit of support.
Alves here with the ball in the middle, looking for a through ball. Not the best, and perhaps that's one thing you lose with Alves and CDM is the distribution ability. Not a great range of passing. Not a bad pass with the ball, but not, you know, there's definitely people in that position that can do it better. Yeah,
I mean, Sean really started off well in this game, but, you know, Chris grown into it a bit more now. He's in a bit more of the ball, but let's just see what happens, because, you know, I keep saying, I can't stress it enough, you just can't call FIFA. It's just like real football in the FA Cup when you get those shocks.
Yeah, and these aren't even minnows playing big teams. They're all equally good teams to an extent anyway. And here's Neymar on the ball.
It's kind of like, I kind of compare it to like players of this level. I compare it to the Classico without a home advantage.
It's a great ball. Ronaldo's going to get there. Look at the superior pace. The touch wasn't great, but he made up for it with the finish. And we have an equaliser. It's 1-1. And you can't take your eye off Ronaldo for 1 second, because he will pounce and he will score. And it's all even here. Portugal versus Real Madrid. Barcelona, sorry, versus Portugal. I'm getting mixed up. Ronaldo's everywhere. Okay. Iniesta. Suarez, the goal scorer, to Dani Alves, back to Suarez, great through ball, Neymar can score again. What a save. What that looked, I was sure that was going to go in.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a nice worked move as well. I wouldn't be happy if I just missed that, especially after just conceding. And this is a danger with when you play up against Real Madrid, that Ronaldo makes those runs so frequently, it just takes that one through ball.
It seems like that's the game plan, isn't it? Just stick it up in there for Ronaldo. Ball bouncing in the box there.
Corner.
It's a corner. Looking for Ronaldo's head on this?
I see him taking it short.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go short to...
oh, no.
No, he's going to put it in the box. Can he find a header? He's going to fall on the edge of the box to Carvalho. He goes to Quaresma. Quaresma to Moutinho. Back inside for a little dink inside. It's the header. Oh, he won that and he did well, but it wasn't on target, unfortunately.
That would have been a goal from near the edge of the box there with the header.
1-1 in this game, Barcelona versus Portugal. It's a mistake. Ronaldo. Cristiano, one skill too many, but it looked like he had more of a straight option just to keep going there.
Yeah, I mean, you probably see that a lot this weekend. So to be a good competitive player, you need to be unpredictable, and sometimes what you just think is unpredictable, your opponent's, your opponent's thinking, right.
I think that's often why you get a lot of the pro players saying when they play someone that's not a pro player, but someone that's not experienced, it's actually harder because they do things you wouldn't expect, because you're expecting them to do what the not cleverer but the more experienced player would do. Yeah,
I definitely agree with that, because you got to think these players that won't be playing too many. I don't want to say average players, but not necessarily pro players at that standard. They won't be playing too many players like that. So they'll always have a practice partner or a practice group, as I think Chris was saying earlier. Bad mistake, but so they'll always be playing people at the same sort of level, and they'll just get accustomed to the way that they play and things that they do, and the unpredictable things that they they're expecting them to do but don't. So it affects the way you play, because you start like predicting they're going to do things, and you know, that's a big part of defending in games like this. But a lot of times it can just be it can cost you as well, because you're going to think, oh right, he's going to do a body feint to step over here. You stop your defender to try and read it, they don't do it, and they'll do it like a step later and they'll score. I mean, it nearly happened in that last game with Perry and Ox. For Perry's doing throwing a few fake step overs, didn't actually do it, but Ox read that perfectly. So
still 1-1 here in the second half. Remember, this is over 2 legs. This is still the first leg, so losing this game is it doesn't count you out of anything, but it's obviously good to have an advantage. And here's Nani on the ball for Portugal. Nice little step over, taking the ball out wide, plays it into Ronaldo, can't get on the end of it. Ronaldo's just such a danger, you can't let him get a sniff of anything.
He's got faith in his players there, playing out in a situation like that.
Neymar on the left, goes inside quickly to Messi. It's fast, ticky-taka football as you'd expect from Barcelona, but it's an offside decision. And it's going to go back for Portugal, free kick. And just how it started the second half in the other game, Portugal 1-0 up against Dortmund. And we'll keep you updated on all things in the other game. But for now, we're going to stay with Barcelona versus Portugal. And that's a poor ball. It's going to be a goal kick. Okay. So I can't remember if I went for Chris. Was your prediction in this one? Did I ask you for a prediction from the other match between Bruce and Spencer?
Not yet, but based on team selection, I would have gone with Spencer, and he's already winning 1-0. So it kind of seems biased.
Of course you would. You say that afterwards. We'll see what happens in that one. We'll probably switch over later on. Here's a through ball for Suarez. Can he get on the end of it? No. So if you're going to play with Barca, I know you said you wouldn't necessarily go with them, but if you did, how would you arrange the front three? Would you go with the classic Messi and Neymar on each wing, Suarez in the middle, or some people don't like that?
Well, I do like to use Barcelona because I think they're fun to play with, but if it was a competitive, serious game, I don't think I would. But I tend, like Chris has gone for a 4-2-3-1. I tend to go with that, but I usually, in fact, he's playing the same formation I usually do. I usually have Messi central attacking mid just behind Suarez, because a lot of the times on the counter attack you are left with just your striker and your central attacking mid, so effectively he seems like a striker, and obviously he's got that pace which on the counter attack's like vital. So other than Alves in centre defensive mid and Montoya, but then again I didn't actually know how fast Montoya was, he's lined up pretty much exactly how I would.
So who would you have in CDM instead? Busquets?
I switch. I usually have Pedro and Adriano, or
in CDM?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pace.
Okay.
Oh, it's a big
Here's a chance. Here's a chance. No. Thought it was going to fall to someone in the box there, but it wasn't to be, and it's still 1-0. We've got about 24 minutes left of injury time in this first leg between Barcelona and Portugal.
Yeah, it's really tight. I mean, I think other than that Neymar chance, since it's been 1-1, there's been that real other full chances, should I say.
We've had an equaliser in the other match between Spencer and Bruce. We're going to jump over to that one in a second for you to show you what's going on in there, but it is 1-1, 1-1 in both ties, in fact, so everything to play for, no clear winners in this. And remember, both these fixtures happening right now are between the two winners of each of their first games, so everyone playing has won, and at the end of this we're going to have two people that have won both their games, and they'll be through. Whatever happens, they're already qualified to the knockout stages, and the losers will have to play the winners of the match between the two losers before. That makes sense. So we know who's going to be playing. A chance for Messi in the box. He's taking it away from goal, and he's just been bullied out, but he's done well. He's played the ball to Neymar. Can Neymar get the ball in? Iniesta. No, unsuccessful. Yeah,
he's playing really patiently around the box, and it's so hard to defend when people do that, because just if you go and pressure the player, if you do that once too many times, you're just going to leave gaps, and that's what players like this thrive on. They wait for those gaps to appear.
Jordi Alba on the left to Neymar. Neymar comes inside. What's he going to do with it? He's going to switch it over to Montoya from right back, who goes to Pedro. Pedro back to Iniesta. Iniesta. It's a great ball back to Pedro. It's a lovely 1-2. Can he deliver it back post? Oh, it's a lovely pass.
Absolutely brilliant ball in.
Beautiful build up there.
Yeah, I mean, he was a really tight angle. I don't think he was ever going to get that in from there, unless he managed to get it back across goal and he bounces off the keeper. I've seen that happen a few times, but yeah, I mean, he's definitely settled well into this game, and he's playing a lot better. Ronaldo back defending there.
Doesn't really feel to me like he's getting a lot out of Messi at the moment, which is, it's not like so much in the case of Portugal. Ronaldo is your talisman. You have to use him well if you've got any chance. With Barcelona, there are other players, but Messi is without doubt the most talented one. And if you want to have a more chance of winning, you've got to really unlock the potential of Lionel Messi, haven't you?
Well, that's the issue with Barcelona on FIFA. I mean, for years it's been debated amongst people, you know, who's better, Ronaldo, Messi, all stuff like that.
Oh, he's run away from the ball there. It was a free kick, was it? Or some kind of violation. Yeah.
Or a foul, I'm not really sure. But yeah, as I was saying, it's always heavily debated who's better, Ronaldo or Messi, so on. But on the game, it's always been Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to get the best out of Messi because you can't use him like how he plays in real life. Like,
no.
It isn't like that. Whereas Ronaldo is a complete athlete, which, you know,
he's just got the additional strength and height and the things that you can't quantify what makes Messi so good. I think that's the problem. And there's a chance for him here though, and we'd expect him to put that away 9 times out of 10.
See, he's had a couple of chances there, Chris, with Neymar and now with Messi. 2 players you'd expect to take the chances that actually came their way. So,
would you agree that Messi is definitely closer to Ronaldo this year?
Yeah,
in other years.
This is the closest it's been like for some time.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I can't think of a FIFA where Messi's even been close to Ronaldo at all. But yeah, on this one, it's definitely the closer, just because.
Good tackle there, massive tackle.
Just because dribbling's so important, and obviously that's probably Messi's key attribute in real life. So.
Got that low centre of gravity. One thing he has got over Ronaldo, probably being at least 4 or 5 inches shorter than him.
Yeah.
Suarez switching the ball to Neymar. He's got a little bit of room in front of him. Is he going to exploit? He's taking it out wide. Is he going to look for some kind of delivery into the box? Luis Suarez takes it down. He's got a lot of white shirts between him and the goal. Great pass to Messi, but he's offside. And if it had gone in, it wouldn't have stayed anyway.
I'm not sure whether he meant the pass for Messi or Pedro, because Pedro was wide open.
Yeah.
But I mean, this two contrasting styles of players here. Sean obviously is a direct player. He presses really hard. He'll run players out of positions. Likes to attack fast. Whereas Chris, to be honest, from what we've seen in the first game against Brighton and what we've seen here, he can switch it up. I mean, against Brighton, he didn't really have any possession, but he attacked well. Whereas here, there you go, 61% possession. So.
And there's the final whistle in that first leg. Obviously, 1-1 draw. And we're going to switch over to the other game. It's in the dying minutes of their game, also at 1-1 between Spencer and Bruce here. 1-0, and I believe, well, it's 1-0, so there is no one in the lead. But if you're wondering who's who, Bruce is Dortmund and Spencer is Portugal. So this match is about to finish any second. And almost a little chance there for the Dortmund boys in the box, but it wasn't to be. Nice bit of skill from Quaresma. Okay, so that's finished 1-0 as well. So we'll stay with this game for a little bit, I think, because we haven't seen much of it yet. And well, look at that. One shot for Portugal, 1 goal.
To be honest, I'm surprised Bruce is using Dortmund, because in the last Gfinity Masters, it was Dortmund he used against Spencer in the quarterfinals, and obviously lost. Obviously, he's not letting that affect him any, but now we're back in the other game with Chris and Sean Allen again.
I mean, Bruce knows that if he was to lose this game,
it's going to be a chance in Iniesta.
It's hit the post.
God, he's going to go across goal, surely.
So the guys playing in these games know who they'll be playing if they lose. That's the thing. So maybe in their selection they're thinking, I'll use this team because then if worst case scenario, I've got this team against the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a foul. No,
he's got away with that massively.
I've just been watching rugby, but yeah, as you're saying, if Chris loses this, he'd be playing Brian, and obviously those two have already played, so that'd be a bit of a grudge match. And again, the same can happen in the first game. Spencer could be playing Ox again.
That would be really interesting to see. Messi's going to hit this free kick. Not enough on it. It would be interesting to see if we did get rematches, how they shape up. The team selection obviously would be different. That could have quite a big impact on the game, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, no game is ever unimportant on FIFA. So they'll be going into that game the same as would have went into the first game. There's a lot of pressure on them. Obviously, the team changes are going to be different. I think Brian and Chris both used Dortmund, whereas Sean's used Dortmund as well. So they are getting the weak teams out of the way pretty quick. This could be another chance.
Is it going to fall to him? No.
I mean, based on what we've seen so far, I know I predicted Chris anyway, but Chris definitely he's proven his worth here. But we've seen it time and time again. People dominate the play and not being able to do anything with it. So if he does want to win this game, he needs to make this possession and the chances he's creating pay off. Of course, Sean will get him with one of those long free balls to Ronaldo. And
there's always that danger. That's the problem.
Ronaldo won't miss the chances that Chris has missed with Messi and Neymar so far either. He's defending so well. He's not really being able to do anything. Look. Say that now, he's going to score.
Quaresma. That's a good ball to Moutinho at the back post. What can he do? He's turned back on himself. He's going to go to the right back, Cedric. Cedric looks inside, takes his time, waits for it. And what's he going to do here? He's patient build-up. He's looking for the right pass. He's going to play it into Carvalho. To Danny's misplaced it, though.
Defending. No, this is the moment I was on about when you get having Messi as a centre attacking mid on the counter-attack.
Look at him go.
Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was talking about.
There you go. It's a good ball into Pedro. Could we get something here? It's a great ball. Suarez is going to get his second of the game.
That was so well worked, so patient, brilliant decision making. See, I would have looked for a cutback, but he took it round and taken in that extra step, and he secured the goal. Whereas if he went for the cutback, where I'm saying, he wouldn't have scored.
And we were talking about the impact choosing Barcelona has on your play style, and that is the perfect play style for these boys. Keeping it on the deck, spreading it about, fast passing, exactly the system they use in real life, to be fair. And he's come up, he's paid dividends here. 2 games, 2 goals for Suarez, and they're 2-1 up on aggregate. And Sean's, or HugeDragon's Portugal, need to find something here.
He's playing really well, but he came back from 1-0 down in the last game. He can definitely do it again. So. It just depends whether Chris is going to learn from that. He's going to be like, right, I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm going to try and secure this game up. But then again, if he tries to do that, it's a bit early. So
both their goals have come down this right-hand side. They've started here. They've had a few passes down the wing. They've cut it in, and they've had one was a tap in for Suarez, one was around the keeper tap in as well. So they've both been close-range finishes for Luis Suarez. His name on the ball, left-hand side of the box. Can he get it in? He tries to spin, and it's not successful. And here's Alba.
See, he's just so comfortable right now.
Iniesta on the edge of the box. That's where you want him to get it. Dani Alves into Messi. Great football. Suarez going to go back to Messi. Can he get a shot away? He's got his back to goal right now. He's transitioning from back to goal to facing the goal. It's the tricky bit, isn't it? Keeping the ball in the box.
This is a danger.
Great tackle for Mathieu.
That was so important.
Is Mathieu and PK your preferred centre-back partnership then for Barca?
Yeah, definitely. In a big, I say I don't really use them competitively. Before was I would, but when I use them, I usually put Jordi Alba centre back, just so if Ronaldo gets running, if anybody's going to catch him in that defence, it's Jordi Alba.
Who's left back then? Mathieu left back. Okay. Big chance. Wow, the unselfishness from Dani Alves on the edge of the box there. I think it was.
No, he was. I thought he was offside, but that's ridiculous how he's missed that.
He managed to find Messi at the back. Messi's not delivering on the big stage right now. He's not scored. He's hit the post there, and wow, that could have been game over if he'd got that in. And now there's a chance for Nani in Portugal. He's bursting through. Can he get away from PK? Free kick.
I can't believe the chances that he's missed. This is getting ridiculous.
This is big though. Ronaldo, 31 yards, almost the optimum distance from goal for this guy to strike one. Surely he's not going to put someone else on it, is he?
He needs to get someone on that line.
Cristiano, is he going to lay it off to him? Is he going to strike it first time?
He's going to miss it.
He's going to hit it. Bang!
Oh, no. That was a real life Ronaldo free kick right there.
The one thing I like about this is they haven't given him particularly good free kick accuracy, 78, 79.
He doesn't deserve it.
No, because he's one of those guys. 1 in 10 is unbelievable, but the rest could go anywhere.
I swear to God, he scored one not long ago, and that was like his first free kick goal in like 50 attempts or something like that.
Get someone else on them maybe. Not for Portugal, but for Real Madrid, you've got other options at least, haven't you? You've got Gareth,
yeah, he's got better free kick accuracy. I mean, it's the run-up. Like, whenever I'm Real Madrid, I feel like Ronaldo's run-up, it looks like he's never ever going to miss, whereas Bale's, it looks like, because it's a pretty short one, he's not going to get any power on this.
Pedro on the right-hand side has been so effective for Barcelona. Suarez having a little bit of a wrestling match with Pepe. I'm not joking, I don't know if anyone saw that, but I just saw Pepe do a little elbow off the ball. That's so realistic. It's what he does in real life. I'm not even. He genuinely did it.
It's a shame we never saw a bite.
Yeah, Suarez bite is you have to do press the D-pad down twice and press B, I think. Here we go. Neymar into the box, into Suarez. Great turn. It's going to be another goal. It's unfortunate that it went in like that. But you have to appreciate the skill that got him in that position.
Yeah, that's going to be one where Sean is going to be. He's not going to be happy with it, but at the same time, he can't really be too disappointed because he's been cut open there.
Your man Chris is looking like the real deal here.
I even put on Twitter before the tournament.
Of course you did, mate. Of course you did. I'll check that. We'll see if you did.
Yeah, it'd be like 2 hours ago. Watch here for ChRiLFC.
So he was your tip for the top, and to be fair to you, in the last Spring Masters, your tip for the top was Spencer, and he went and won it. So have we got the Mystic Mega FIFA? I think we have. what's the octopus called they use in the World Cup for predicting? Like Paul the Octopus or something.
Yeah.
You're Paul the Octopus of FIFA. Here's Suarez. Surely not. Oh my word! That was a.
This is just showing off now.
To do that in that condition. How dare he? Right, here's Iniesta to Montoya. Montoya into Neymar in the box. Neymar, another turn attempt. This time denied. It's half-time in his second leg. We're going to switch games over to the other fixture now. The Dortmund versus Portugal tie, which I believe is 2-1 on aggregate to Portugal, which is Spencer, or HugeGorilla. And, I mean, Bruce, 2-1 down. Who'd have thought it?
Well, we obviously have to get a winner from this. And
yeah.
I'm just surprised he chose Dortmund, but then again, you know, he's a top player, so whatever choice he makes, he has to try and back that up, and at the minute he's not really doing that.
Here's a question for you. We were talking earlier about the connection or the sort of training relationship between Spencer and Sean, or HugeGorilla and HugeDragon. Yeah. Is their gamer tag or their team name, is it relating to that? They both got a huge thing in their name. We've got a HugeDragon and a HugeGorilla. Is that part of like a team they represent, or is it just a thing they've got together?
No, it's not a team. Spencer's in a team. I think Sean's in a team as well, but they're not the same. But I think that's just the fact they're friends. But yeah, you will notice they both actually have the same style of play. Like they're very good in attack.
Great ball with Marco Reus. You can't bring it down. Sorry, carry on.
They're both. Like, if you watch them both, will tend to play the same because they practice against each other. And
right.
When you get two players who practice against each other that much, you can see it in both of them because they'll just play the same as each other. But the HugeDragon and the HugeGorilla thing. It's going to be a goal, is it? No.
Good save.
But yeah, that's just the fact they're friends.
So these guys, they faced each other in the Spring Masters, I believe, didn't they? And Spencer got the win. And it's really an interesting matchup, these two, because it is kind of like, you know, Bruce isn't old by any means, but he's been on the scene a lot longer than Spencer. And it is kind of like the sort of the teacher versus the student, you know, the master versus the novice. And right now, Spencer's coming up trumps again for the second time in 2 matches. Yeah,
I mean, he's like, the thing is, Spencer, we obviously know he's a good player, and Bruce, we know he's experienced, but with this game, experience is obviously key. I mean, we're in an arena here, but Spencer's he's came away from the last Gfinity, and he's grown from it like a lot quicker than what a lot of people would have. So, I mean, to be able to beat Bruce on your first LAN like he did, that's a big deal. To be able to win the whole thing as well, that's even bigger. So it definitely is a case of like the master and the apprentice, really. But in this case, the apprentice just seems to be a bit better. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but yeah, well, you can see what we're getting at.
Yeah. He's a good apprentice. And in this case, just in case you're not exactly sure what these scorelines mean, as things stand, Spencer's obviously 2-1 up on aggregate, and that will mean that he will qualify from the group. He won't have to play another game in the group. He will be through to the knockouts. Bruce, on the other hand, will have to play another game if he does end up losing this match. He's got half of this second leg left to try and get a goal, and if he doesn't do it, he'll have another match which he'll be essentially playing for his place in the tournament.
The loser of Spencer and Bruce will be playing the Mighty Ox. The winner of that will go through. The loser of Sean and Chris will be playing Brian, and the winner of that goes through.
And if Spencer was to lose this game, which is looking like he probably won't, it would literally be a rematch of that first match between the HugeGorilla and the Mighty Ox. But it's looking like we're probably going to see Bruce versus the Mighty Ox as things stand.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen of the Mighty Ox as well, that's going to be a really good game, because Bruce, although he's obviously got all that experience, Ox has been absolutely brilliant in this tournament so far. I mean, he very nearly beat Spencer, got an unlucky red card, really.
Yeah.
So, every game we see on this stream today is going to be absolutely brilliant and hard to call. So.
Moutinho looking for the ball over to Nani. Can he get the head up? No, he can't, and here's Aubameyang ready to counter for Dortmund. Ramos. Running out to this left-hand side. He's got a little bit of space out here. He's going to go inside to Marco Reus. Marco Reus just muscled off the ball, but Aubameyang collects it. HugeDragon loses, and it's Portugal breaking now. Nani to Quaresma. It's a midfield battle right now. A lot of tackles being made before the ball can get anywhere near the opponent's box. No one's been able to make a breakthrough. That's a lovely ball over to the right. Błaszczykowski picks it up. Can he get it in? It's a good ball in. He just needed someone to find it with the head, but it wasn't to be.
There's been a goal in the other game. Sean's got one back. It's now 2-1.
Well, that would be great if we can cross over to that other game in a minute and show you guys what's happening in that one. Like I say, it's 2-1. There's only 1 goal in that one as things stand. But we're still at the Dortmund-Portugal game for now. Still only 1 goal in it as well. So they're both very tight.
Interestingly, I saw Chris not long ago change his formation to 4-2-2-2, which is actually more attacking than what he was playing. So that's kind of strange as he was 2-0 up. So
yeah. We've got a free kick here for it's laid off to Aubameyang, to Ramos. So he's overcomplicated that there. He's not taken his chance as best he could, and he risked the counter-attack, but he's got it back. And this is Durm. Mkhitaryan loses it again. Just waiting for someone to get any kind of breakthrough in this game. Yes. Carvalho.
Spencer's so good at just finding those little gaps for the players to get into. He doesn't really force the ball forward, but he's one of those players that them hard to pressure because he's always picking out the right pass. He's always turning in the right direction. Just little things like that, which is what makes him so good.
Portugal on the ball here. Losing it. Okay, Bruce has got it for Dortmund. Bruce Grannec on the right-hand side. Mkhitaryan, Błaszczykowski. Down the line for Mkhitaryan. Can he force a goal here? He needs a goal if he's going to stay in this tie. It's a ball into the box, but couldn't get on the end of it. Now, Spencer just needs 1 goal in the last 25 minutes here to really wrap things up and secure his place in the knockout round for that big prize pool.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a tough game so far. He's got Ronaldo.
So good ball in. Oh, these headers just aren't connecting. Any one of these, whoever gets one of these and actually lands it, it's going to be massive for them. But no one's doing it just now. And it's still 2-1 to Spencer, aka HugeGorilla. Mkhitaryan for Bruce down the line, looking for Aubameyang. He's got the pace, but Pepe's just shepherding the ball away from him very nicely. Carvalho to Bosinga. Bosinga for Ronaldo, looking for that long ball. It just asks questions of the defence. It really does. The bouncing ball in there, no one wants to deal with it. And it's Moutinho. Moutinho into Quaresma. Quaresma straight away looking for Ronaldo. It's just that route 1 football. There's only one plan A, and it's get the ball to Ronaldo.
There's been a goal in the other game, and it's 3-1 now to Chris. I think that was Messi. He's finally
done it.
Yeah, when it mattered most.
Okay, so that's looking like Chris is going to win that one, and Chris is going to be the first person today to book their place in the knockout rounds. So well done to him. Well, there's still 10 minutes left. It's not over, but you would say that he's probably going to hold on to this one, I think.
Yeah. So I'm happy with this prediction, because I remember a couple of days ago seeing someone predict who they thought was going to go through in the groups, and they predicted Sean and Brian, and I just messaged back like, don't underestimate Chris.
Well, you've done well there. You've done very well. So we've got Alves staying at the back for Portugal with Pepe. No much change there, but Dortmund is making a few changes to the tactics, changing a few little bits there. They've gone 4-2-4. You're saying you don't think it's the most attacking formation, but it's definitely one of it's the only one where you get 4 up top. So if you can get the ball to them, then it's great. But that middle is quite weakened. Yeah,
I mean, obviously you got your 4 up front, but I find with the 3-5-2, not only does it help you attack, but it presses your opponent, it pins them in. Whereas the 4-2-4, that can just play the way out, and then you can be in trouble at the back. Whereas the 3-5-2, it's not that bad. A lot of people actually use that outright, not even as a formation to use when they're 1-0 down or something like that. So it is a decent defensive formation as well.
We're in the dying seconds of the other game here. Still 3-1 to Barcelona in the second leg, making it 4-1 on aggregate. So looking pretty comfortable for Barcelona and Chris there. Just doing a few little changes here in this other match. We're going to jump over to this game, though, for the last few seconds. Barcelona are through. No, he's offside.
Yeah, but to be honest, Chris has been pretty comfortable in this game from what we've seen. I mean, he started the first game, he looked nervous. Sean was pressing him a bit, but since then he's came into his own, and it's not really been that difficult for him.
Ronaldo trying to make something happen, but I think it's too little too late for Portugal. They're probably going to be crashing out of this game, which means that someone's going to be playing a second game, doesn't it?
Yeah, Sean's going to be playing Brian.
Sean's going to be playing Brian. That'll be a good game. They haven't played each other today so far, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And here's Ronaldo. A goal now is probably just going to be a consolation, but good for confidence still. Oh, could be a penalty there. No, it's the full-time whistle. Yeah. That's all over. So like you say, we now know that ChRiLFC, aka Chris, is through to the knockout rounds, and a HugeDragon is going to be playing Brian in a game to decide their fate.
Yeah, that would have been a really nice goal then. A few skill moves here and there.
Okay, we're going to jump back to the Dortmund-Portugal game now, where it's still 1-0, and this tie's hit the post. Oh, it's not over. There it is.
That's game.
Second goal for Spencer. You can see him celebrating in there. And that makes it 3-1 on aggregate. And he's looking good also to book his place in the knockout stages.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 out of 2 now against Bruce for him. So.
Is he does he officially become viewed as better than Bruce now? Is that a thing? Would you say that's fair?
Well, necessarily. You'd have to say that he'd be viewed as better than Bruce after the last tournament, because not only did he win it, but he beat Bruce along the way.
But I think when you've got someone that's been at the top for a long time, you look at golf with Tiger Woods, who until recently was still ranked quite well until he started really falling apart. You can't kind of off one tournament. You need a succession of tournaments, and this is a second big tournament. Spencer's not won it yet, but he's doing very well. And I think he's making a name for himself, and he's going to be on a lot of people's lips after this one.
Yeah. I mean, in the other group as well, Chris, he's kind of following the footsteps of Spencer. It's his first tournament. He's been in a really tough group against some experienced players, and he's came out on top.
If we see a Spencer versus Chris at some point, that could be a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, battle of the new. Well, Spencer can't really call Spencer a newcomer anymore, but yeah, he's still in and around that category. I mean, this game's not over just yet, but
Bruce needs a goal.
Yeah,
he needs to get it now, and he's got the ball with Ramos. It's a good through ball for Aubameyang, who's onside, but he's not going to make it. That's disappointing. Someone of Aubameyang's pace not being able to get on the end of that ball, but ultimately it was a poor through ball from Ramos. Whistle will go, so we're into injury time here, and so Bruce is going to be playing the Ox, the almighty Ox, in another game that will decide their fate. The winner of that match will also go through in the knockout round alongside Spencer. The loser will be out, so we could see Bruce Grannec knocked out in the group stages.
Yeah, like it. I mean, it's a possibility. I don't think he's going to be liking that possibility, but
lovely bit of play from Ronaldo, and the full-time whistle goes, and it's all clarified. Spencer is through. Very convincing performances from him again. The HugeGorilla has done it, and Bruce is going to be playing this third game against the almighty Ox, the winner of which will go through, and the loser of which will be saying goodbye to. But they'll be back tomorrow for the Ultimate Team tournament as well. There's 2 tournaments to this weekend, so that's the good thing about it. If you have a bad tournament today, you can pick yourself up tomorrow, can't you?
Yeah, if you go out today, I mean, different game mode, different day. Yeah, like you said, you can really pick yourself up and go again.
And we can just clarify these scores for you today. So you can see that ChRiLFC was able to beat a HugeDragon 4-2. He's definitely through from the group now. And that means that HugeDragon is going to have to play again against Brian later on. You can see that game number 5 in booth 2. And in game number 1, you saw that Bruce Grannec just went down 3-1 to a HugeGorilla, which means that the almighty Ox and Bruce will be playing for a place in the knockout round. I'm going to go to you for some tips now, some suggestions. Who you think is going to make that? The almighty Ox versus Grannec. Who do you think will get that win?
So I was hoping you wouldn't ask this, because it's so hard to call, even for both of them. Brian against Sean, and Bruce against Ox. I mean, I'm going to go with Ox and...
oh, really? You're going to go with Ox?
I'm going to go with Ox and Sean.
You're going to go with Ox and Sean?
Yeah, just... Okay. It's an odd one, but yeah, I'm going to go with Ox and Sean.
It's interesting because Brian and Bruce, the 2 people you've gone against, are both people that got to the knockout stages and did quite well in the first Spring Masters, but you're going with them. Okay, that's interesting. We'll hold you to that and see how they get on. But for now, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere.